Hi, and welcome to Vintage TV. This is episode 8, and my name is Rick Shamhart with Vintage Wine Shop. And I'm here today with Paul Steele. Hi, Paul.
Hey, Rick.
How's it going today?
Good, my friend. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. Snowing a little bit outside.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, so you have a great deal of wine experience.
I've got a little wine experience, yeah, just enough to be dangerous.
All right. Like,
about 25 years in the industry.
You know, sometimes we all feel that way. So, you know what, I thought we'd taste a couple wines today, and I thought we'd start off with a Hawley Pinot. You know, and I just want to say that Paul's kind of an expert on these wines because although you're not a distributor anymore, I think you sold me both of these. So you are undoubtedly the expert on this and understand them better than me.
Well, I know good wines when I try them, and I know that John Hawley produces some really nice wines, and he's a smaller boutique kind of winery, but as you know, he makes a really nice Cab, Zinfandel, and this Pinot. So.
Yeah, you know, we've had I believe the Zen and the Chardonnay in have all been solid wines that have sold very well, and we just picked up the 2006 Hawley Pinot a couple days ago. So I just wanted to throw this in and taste it and see what it's like.
Yeah, no, it was a great choice of yours, and basically this is from the Martini clone. It's 100% Pinot from the Olman Vineyards. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. 17 months on new French oak.
17 months.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's a 2006, I guess.
Well, I believe the current release is 2008, but,
Okay.
But this wine right now is drinking fabulously. It's a really just a unbelievably good Pinot. So
one of the things to keep in mind is, you know, if you possibly can, let somebody else age your wine for you.
Well, if you can, yeah. Yeah. But John Hawley, just a little background on John Hawley. He's been in the business for about 25 years now. Was really the co-founder of Clos du Bois, one of their first winemakers there at Clos du Bois. People are familiar with that. I'm sure most of your customers are. And then he moved on from there. He moved on to Kendall Jackson for about 6 years.
KJ,
big name, big production. And then he started his own winery back in 1996 with him and his two sons, Paul and Austin.
Okay.
So,
well, let's talk a little bit about the wine. You know, I'm just getting that. What I really like in a Pinot is a little bit of that earthiness up front.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's a fruit finish. Kind of picking up on maybe, I don't know, maybe some plum here.
Some cherries.
Some cherries. Okay.
Absolutely. Maybe a little strawberry.
One of the things to keep in mind is that, you know, I just like Pinots, and one of the reasons that I like Pinots is because they pair very well with a lot of different foods. And, you know, we kind of always recommend Pinots with Thanksgiving because, you know, traditional Thanksgiving meals are turkey and ham, but, you know, I just love Pinots throughout the year, and one of the things about them is they're not a huge wine, and they will always pair very well with subtle foods. They won't vary the food like a very, very strong Cab.
Right. Well, and it's really versatile because, like you said, it pairs well with a lot of different foods. So, you know, when in doubt, I mean, if you're looking for a red wine, a Pinot is always a fairly decent choice. So.
Mm-hmm. You know, and one of the things to remember is that it is kind of a light wine, and it really takes a great winemaker to kind of cover up the alcohol. And sometimes with a Pinot, you'll get what's called a hot wine. You know, what we're looking for there is high alcohol, and you kind of get this liquor taste on the finish, kind of like a whiskey, and you kind of pick that up, and that's what we in the industry call a hot wine. This one's definitely not that. It's got enough fruit. It kind of covers up the alcohol. It's just a fantastic wine.
Very well balanced. You get a little earth out of it, typical Sonoma Pinot, Dry Creek area, and no, it's a fabulous wine.
It is. 2006 Hawley Pinot, Sonoma County, $20.
Yeah, $19.99. It's a deal.
It is. Let's move on. The next wine is Saddleback Cellars, 2004. Well, we've chosen two wines that they've already aged twice.
Perfect.
Saddleback Cellars, 2004 Cabernet from Napa Valley. What do we think of this wine?
What do I think? I think it's absolutely delicious. This is from the king of Cabernets, Nels Venge, who's been in the business since about 1970. and phenomenal winemaker. He actually started with Charles Krug, and then moved to Sterling. And I think he spent some time at Villa Mount Eden, but a well-known icon winemaker in this business, and produces some phenomenal wines. He actually started this winery back in 1982.
Okay.
And back in 1985, as you may remember, he helped Dennis Groth start his winery, Groth Winery in Napa. And lo and behold, what do they get? Their very first vintage out, the 1985 Napa Reserve Cab, 100 points. Parker gave it 100 points. So, and hence his King of Cabernet status. And he is very well known in this business. So.
It's a great Cabernet. You know, it's I just don't think that it's really overbuilt. It's not overly extracted. It has a lot of layers, a lot of nuances, and I think it's just a great expression of Napa Valley Cabernet.
It really is.
You can really pick up on the nose that it's obviously a Napa Valley Cabernet.
Beautiful color, beautiful balance. Definitely a steak wine.
Oh, I agree. Would be absolutely wonderful with steak. Anything else to say about this wine?
It's $39.99, and that's probably the best deal you're going to find. And enjoy.
But what a great vintage, a 2004.
2004.
Currently, 6 to 7 years old. We've aged it. There's just really not a lot of tannins there. It's just a fantastic Cabernet from Napa Valley.
And a great value.
And an absolutely great value at $40 here at Vintage Wine Shop. Hey, Paul, thanks for being with us today. I really appreciate it. You just have a lot of great wine knowledge, a lot of stories.
Well, I appreciate you having me on. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks everybody for tuning in.
Thank you.